The habit of urinating at night may seem harmless, but this very belief makes it even more dangerous. Most people don't pay much attention to their nighttime habits. However, once they reach a certain age, those seemingly harmless habits can lead to serious health consequences. After the age of 75, these nighttime routines can silently increase the risk of falls, cardiovascular issues, and many other conditions that may result in severe consequences. In today's video, we will discuss 5 nighttime habits that older adults should limit. Be sure to watch until the end to understand which habits to avoid and just how dangerous they can be. Let's get started. 1. Waking up too quickly from bed. As we age, our bodies no longer function as smoothly as they once did, and habits that seem harmless can actually pose significant risks. One such habit that many older adults unknowingly fall into is getting out of bed too quickly. This can lead to serious health concerns, particularly for the cardiovascular system and balance control. Many people don't realize that after a long night of rest, the body needs time to adjust to changes in position. While lying down, blood pressure tends to drop as the body remains in a relaxed state. When someone suddenly stands up, the heart and blood vessels must quickly adjust to pump enough blood to the brain. However, in older adults, this process is slower, leading to a condition called orthostatic hypotension. This occurs when blood pressure drops suddenly due to a shift from lying to standing, causing dizziness, loss of balance, and in some cases, fainting and falls. Falling, especially at night or early in the morning, can be extremely dangerous. A single fall can result in fractures, head injuries, or other severe complications, especially if no one is nearby to help. Older adults often have more fragile bones due to osteoporosis, making fractures more likely even for minor falls. Additionally, if someone faints upon standing and hits their head on the floor or furniture, traumatic brain injuries can occur. This is particularly concerning for those who live alone or do not have immediate assistance available. Some people may feel fine when they first stand up but experience dizziness, disorientation, or lightheadedness moments later. This makes the condition even more dangerous because many individuals don't realize they are at risk until it's too late. Even if a person doesn't fall, losing balance can cause them to stumble into furniture, increasing the risk of injury. To reduce these risks, older adults should follow a few simple but essential steps. Instead of immediately standing up after waking, it's important to give the body time to adjust. After opening your eyes, remain lying down for a few moments and take deep breaths to help the body awaken. Then, slowly move into a seated position, letting your feet touch the floor while sitting still for about 30 seconds to a minute. During this time, pay attention to how you feel. If you experience dizziness, it's best to wait until it passes. Once you feel steady, stand up slowly, using a sturdy surface for support if necessary. These steps allow the body to gradually regulate blood pressure, reducing the risk of dizziness and falls. If someone frequently experiences dizziness or imbalance when standing up, it may be important to review any medications they are taking. Certain blood pressure medications, diuretics, or sedatives can worsen orthostatic hypotension. If you have concerns about medication side effects, consult your doctor to find a safer alternative. Additionally, keeping a bedside lamp or night light is an important safety measure. When waking up at night to use the bathroom, having dim lighting can help you see the way without overwhelming your eyes. This is particularly useful when the body is still in a drowsy state and more prone to losing balance. If possible, arrange the bedroom to ensure there are no obstacles between the bed and the bathroom. Secure rugs firmly to prevent slipping accidents. For those who live alone, using a personal emergency alert device or keeping a phone near the bed is another key safety precaution. If you ever feel dizzy or fall, you can quickly call for help instead of trying to stand up right away, which could make the situation worse. Getting out of bed too quickly may seem like a small issue, but it can have serious consequences for older adults. Making simple adjustments, such as waking up gradually, keeping a light source nearby, and organizing a safe living space, can significantly reduce the risk of falls and severe injuries. If you or a loved one has ever experienced dizziness when standing up, don't ignore this warning sign. Take your time when getting out of bed. Be mindful of your surroundings and prioritize safety to protect yourself from unnecessary harm. 2. Drinking too much water before bed. Drinking too much water before bed can lead to several health issues, especially for older adults. While staying hydrated throughout the day is essential for overall health, consuming a large amount of water right before bedtime can have unintended consequences. One of the most common problems is nighttime urination, also known as nocturia. When the body takes in too much water in the evening, the kidneys work harder to filter out excess fluids, causing the bladder to fill up more quickly and creating the need for frequent trips to the bathroom during the night. This not only disrupts sleep, but can also pose potential health risks for older individuals. Waking up multiple times at night to use the bathroom can significantly reduce sleep quality, leaving older adults feeling fatigued, irritable, or unfocused the next day. When sleep is repeatedly interrupted, the body does not have enough time to recover, which can weaken the immune system, impair memory, and even increase the risk of chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, or cardiovascular disease. Furthermore, getting up at night raises the risk of falls, particularly for those with balance issues or poor vision. In the dark, even a minor stumble can lead to fractures or serious injuries, especially for individuals with osteoporosis. If someone lives alone, the danger is even greater, as they may not receive immediate help in the event of a fall. Another concern with drinking excessive water in the evening is the potential strain it places on the kidneys. When the body has to process a large amount of water in a short period, the kidneys may become overworked as they try to maintain the body's electrolyte balance. This can be particularly dangerous for individuals with a history of kidney disease or impaired kidney function. Additionally, for those with heart failure, excessive water retention can put added pressure on the cardiovascular system, leading to swelling, edema, or worsening symptoms of nighttime shortness of breath. Some people may also experience an electrolyte imbalance, particularly low sodium levels in the blood, known as hyponatremia, if they drink too much water in a short period. When water dilutes sodium levels too quickly, it can cause symptoms such as headaches, nausea, confusion, or in severe cases, seizures. While this condition is more common among athletes engaging in intense physical activity, it is still something to consider, especially for older adults with pre-existing kidney or heart conditions. To avoid these risks, one of the best approaches is to manage water intake more strategically throughout the day. Instead of consuming a large amount of water in the evening, ensure adequate hydration earlier in the day. A simple guideline is to reduce water consumption 2 to 3 hours before bedtime so the bladder has enough time to process fluids before the body goes to rest. If feeling thirsty in the evening, it is best to drink only a small amount rather than a full glass. Additionally, limiting beverages with diuretic effects, such as tea, coffee, or alcohol in the evening, can help prevent dehydration and excessive bladder stimulation. If someone frequently wakes up multiple times at night to urinate despite not drinking excessive amounts of water before bed, it could indicate an underlying health issue such as diabetes, a urinary tract infection, or prostate problems in men. In such cases, consulting a doctor is recommended to identify the cause and receive appropriate treatment. Other measures that may help reduce nighttime urination include practicing bladder control exercises, performing Kegel exercises to strengthen pelvic floor muscles, and maintaining a habit of using the restroom before bed, even if there is no urgent need. Additionally, ensuring a safe bedroom environment by installing dim night lights to reduce fall risks and placing a chair near the bed for support if needed can be beneficial. While water is essential for good health, drinking excessive amounts at the wrong time can pose more risks than benefits, especially for older adults. Instead of focusing on evening hydration, it is better to maintain a balanced water intake throughout the day to support kidney function, sustain energy levels, and allow the body to operate efficiently without disrupting sleep. If you or a loved one frequently wake up due to bathroom trips at night, adjusting drinking habits may help improve sleep quality and reduce the risk of falls or other health complications. 3. Keep the bedroom too cold. Sleeping in a room that is too cold can have several negative effects on health, especially for older adults. while a cool room may promote better sleep. Excessively low temperatures force the body to work harder to maintain a stable internal temperature, leading to sleep disturbances and other health concerns. When the air is too cold, blood vessels constrict to retain heat, reducing blood flow to muscles and organs. This can cause stiffness and numbness in the morning, particularly for individuals with arthritis or poor circulation. One of the biggest risks of sleeping in a cold room is hypothermia, particularly for older adults. As people age, their bodies become less efficient at regulating temperature, making them more susceptible to heat loss. When body temperature drops too much, the heart, nervous system, and other organs may not function properly, leading to symptoms such as shivering, fatigue, confusion, and, in severe cases, life-threatening complications. Those with underlying health conditions like heart disease, diabetes, or thyroid disorders are at an even greater risk when exposed to cold temperatures for extended periods. Cold air can also affect the respiratory system. Dry, cold air may irritate the mucous membranes in the nose and throat, leading to sore throat, coughing, or nasal congestion in the morning. For individuals with asthma or chronic respiratory conditions such as COPD, cold air can trigger airway constriction, making breathing more difficult and worsening symptoms. Additionally, when a room is too cold, the body tends to produce excess mucus to protect the airways, increasing the risk of infections or exacerbating pre-existing respiratory problems. Another important consideration is the impact of cold temperatures on sleep quality. When the body feels too cold, it activates protective mechanisms to preserve heat for vital organs, while reducing blood circulation to extremities like the hands and feet. This can lead to discomfort, frequent awakenings during the night, and difficulty falling back asleep. If a person wakes up multiple times to pull up the blanket or put on extra layers, their sleep becomes fragmented and less restorative, resulting in fatigue the following day. Poor sleep quality can also weaken the immune system, increasing susceptibility to infections and other health issues. Some people may believe they can tolerate the cold by using extra blankets, but this is not always effective. If the room temperature is too low, cold air can still seep through gaps in the blankets, preventing the body from staying sufficiently warm. Additionally, exposure to excessively cold air can dry out the skin, leading to irritation, cracking, and worsening conditions like eczema or psoriasis. Older adults, who often have thinner and more sensitive skin, may experience increased itching, discomfort, and even a higher risk of skin infections due to dryness or minor injuries. To ensure that the bedroom is not too cold, it is best to maintain a comfortable temperature, typically between 65 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 21 degrees Celsius. Using a thermostat or a safe space heater can help regulate the temperature throughout the night without making the room too hot or too cold. If central heating is not available, using a heating pad or an electric blanket can be helpful, but they should be used cautiously to prevent overheating or potential fire hazards. Wearing appropriate sleepwear is also important. Thermal sleepwear, made of cotton or wool, can help retain body heat without feeling too heavy or uncomfortable. Wearing socks to bed is another effective way to keep warm, as cold feet can make the entire body feel colder. Additionally, preventing drafts by closing windows or using thick curtains can help reduce the amount of cold air entering the room. If someone continues to feel excessively cold at night despite adjusting the room temperature and dressing warmly, it could be a sign of an underlying health issue. Conditions such as anemia, thyroid disorders, or circulatory problems may make the body more sensitive to cold. In such cases, consulting a doctor for an evaluation may be necessary. Maintaining an optimal bedroom temperature not only enhances sleep quality, but also plays a crucial role in overall health, particularly for older adults. A warm and restful night's sleep helps the body recover better and reduces the risk of cold-related health issues. Instead of allowing the bedroom to become too cold, adjusting the sleeping environment to ensure comfort and warmth can significantly contribute to better health and well-being. 4. Ignore chest tightness or shortness of breath. Ignoring the sensation of chest tightness or shortness of breath can be a serious mistake, especially for older adults. These symptoms are often dismissed as temporary discomfort or simply attributed to aging, but they can be warning signs of underlying health issues that require immediate attention. In American culture, there is often an emphasis on self-reliance and not wanting to burden others, which can lead many seniors to downplay their symptoms rather than seek medical help. However, this approach can be dangerous, as these sensations may indicate conditions ranging from mild respiratory issues to life-threatening emergencies, such as heart attacks, pulmonary embolisms, or severe asthma attacks. One common cause of chest tightness or shortness of breath is cardiovascular disease, which remains one of the leading causes of death in the United States. Conditions such as angina, congestive heart failure, or even an impending heart attack can manifest with these symptoms. Many individuals assume that a heart attack always involves sharp, crushing chest pain, but in reality, it can present in more subtle ways, particularly in older adults. Some may only feel mild discomfort, pressure, or a sensation of fullness in the chest, while others may experience fatigue, dizziness, nausea, or pain radiating to the arms, jaw, or back. Dismissing these symptoms as indigestion or anxiety could delay life-saving treatment. Respiratory conditions can also be at the root of chest tightness and difficulty breathing. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, pneumonia, bronchitis, and asthma are common among older adults, and their symptoms can gradually worsen if left untreated. Shortness of breath that comes on suddenly or worsens over time may indicate fluid buildup in the lungs due to heart failure, a severe respiratory infection, or even lung cancer. Additionally, in colder regions, exposure to extreme cold air can trigger bronchial spasms, making breathing more difficult for those with pre-existing respiratory conditions. Another potential and particularly dangerous cause is a pulmonary embolism, which occurs when a blood clot travels to the lungs, blocking blood flow. This condition is life-threatening and requires immediate medical intervention. Symptoms often include sudden, unexplained shortness of breath, sharp chest pain that worsens with deep breaths, rapid heart rate, or even fainting. Given that older adults are at a higher risk for blood clots due to reduced mobility, dehydration, or underlying medical conditions, they should never ignore these warning signs. Anxiety and panic attacks can also cause sensations of chest tightness and breathlessness, but distinguishing between a panic attack and a more serious medical issue is crucial. Stress and anxiety can mimic symptoms of heart and lung conditions, leading some to brush off their symptoms as mere nervousness. However, without a proper medical evaluation, assuming the symptoms are solely psychological can be risky. A history of heart disease, high blood pressure, or diabetes should always prompt caution and a consultation with a healthcare professional. In American society, many people, especially seniors, hesitate to seek emergency care due to concerns about healthcare costs, fear of being a burden, or reluctance to acknowledge their vulnerability. However, when it comes to symptoms like chest tightness or shortness of breath, erring on the side of caution is always the best approach. Prompt medical evaluation can mean the difference between a manageable condition and a life-threatening emergency. Calling 911 or visiting an emergency room at the first sign of trouble can prevent complications and provide peace of mind. Ultimately, no one should ignore these warning signs. The body has ways of signaling distress, and listening to those signals can save lives. Regular checkups, staying active, maintaining a healthy diet, and managing stress can help prevent many of the underlying causes of these symptoms. But when they do arise, they should never be taken lightly. Seeking medical attention at the right time can ensure a longer, healthier life. 5. Sleeping right after eating a big meal. Eating a large meal and then going straight to bed might seem harmless, but for older adults, this habit can lead to a variety of health concerns, especially within American culture, where meal portions are often generous and late-night dining is not uncommon. One of the most immediate issues is acid reflux, also known as gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD. When a person lies down after eating a big meal, stomach acid can more easily travel up into the esophagus, causing heartburn, discomfort, and even chronic irritation over time. This is particularly concerning for seniors, as the body's ability to digest food efficiently slows down with age. Additionally, sleeping right after a large meal can negatively impact sleep quality. The body remains busy digesting food, preventing a person from entering the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep. This can result in frequent awakenings throughout the night, leaving one feeling tired and sluggish the next day. Some individuals may also experience night sweats or an increased heart rate as their body works to metabolize the food while they're trying to rest. For those with conditions like diabetes, the sudden rise in blood sugar levels from a heavy meal before bed can lead to further complications, including disrupted sleep patterns and increased thirst. Beyond digestion, there are cardiovascular concerns. Studies suggest that eating too close to bedtime may raise the risk of high blood pressure and heart disease over time. Blood flow is directed toward the stomach to aid digestion, which can momentarily affect circulation in other parts of the body. For those already dealing with hypertension or other heart-related conditions, this habit can place additional strain on the cardiovascular system, leading to an increased risk of nighttime hypertension or even heart palpitations. Another often overlooked consequence is weight gain. While metabolism naturally slows down at night, consuming a heavy meal before sleeping means those calories are more likely to be stored as fat rather than burned for energy. Over time, this can contribute to obesity, which in turn raises the risk of conditions such as sleep apnea, a disorder that disrupts breathing during sleep and is already more common in older adults. Furthermore, poor digestion at night can lead to bloating, discomfort, and even constipation the following morning, making it harder to start the day feeling energized and well-rested. To avoid these negative effects, experts often recommend eating at least 2 to 3 hours before lying down. This gives the body adequate time to digest food and prevents acid reflux. Choosing lighter, nutrient-dense meals in the evening, such as lean proteins, vegetables, and complex carbohydrates, can also support better digestion. Additionally, incorporating a short walk after dinner can aid in digestion and promote overall health, reducing the likelihood of gastrointestinal discomfort during the night. Cultural habits and social settings also play a role in this behavior. Many American households enjoy late-night dinners, especially when socializing or celebrating holidays. However, being mindful of portion sizes and food choices can make a significant difference in how one feels afterward. Simple changes, like opting for herbal teas instead of caffeinated beverages or high-sugar desserts, can further support better sleep and digestion. For older adults, prioritizing sleep hygiene and digestive health is crucial to maintaining overall well-being. By making small but meaningful adjustments, such as eating earlier and being mindful of food choices, individuals can improve both their nighttime rest and their long-term health. The key is balance, enjoying meals while also giving the body the necessary time to process food properly before sleep. So we have gone through all 5 key points in this video. Some habits can be hard to break, but for the sake of our health and the happiness of our family and loved ones, we should do our best to change them in the most beneficial way. As we age, our health naturally declines. That's why there's a saying, wisdom doesn't come in youth, and strength doesn't last in old age. Before we wrap up today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss out on more useful content. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next video.